Yo homes, and welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. And in this video I'll be talking about theism, agnosticism and atheism, what they are, how they relate to each other or are different from each other. So let's begin, and let's start with theism, because if we put them in a spectrum, theism is at one corner and atheism is on another, and agnosticism lies somewhere in between them. Before we start, if you are new to this channel, consider subscribing, and other stuff like comment, etc. Do that at the end of the video, or you can do it right now. Let's start with theism. Now, the dictionary defines theism as a belief in existence of a god or gods, specifically of a creator who intervenes in the universe or somewhat created the universe. Basically, a person who believes in some form of gods, almost always in some god that is defined by the religion they're born into, or something that created the world, the universe, etc. Now, most people don't know this, but theism actually can be defined into two parts broadly. It has several parts. I'm not talking about religions. There are basically two primary types of theism, that is monotheism and polytheism. As you know, by the terms mono and poly, it's kind of obvious. Monotheism is basically a form of theism in which the believers believe in one primary god, one above all, and even if there are some more than one godly divine beings in their mythology, some one guy is considered to be the one above all. Examples of this being the Abrahamic religions, mainly Christianity, Islam. There are more, but these two are the most popular. Judaism as well. For example, defining it with the help of Christianity would be, if you look at Christians, monotheism has one primary poster boy. In case of Christianity, it's Jesus Christ. He is kind of the son of God and stuff. And there are many other divine beings in there, like Lucifer. Lucifer is kind of devil, but many other Virgin Mary and all. But the most importance is given to Jesus. If you're Christian, your faith revolves around Jesus. Although he is not he's not exactly the God, but he is the biggest connection to God according to them and stuff. Now the second form is polytheism. Just as the term poly means is more than one, polytheism is a system of theismic belief system in which there are more than one god who has equal or almost equal importance. A good example of this would be the Asian religions, mainly such as Hinduism and all. Explaining polytheism has more than one poster boy. Explaining this with the help of Hinduism would be, you will see that Hindus have, I guess, among the popular ones, at least largest number of gods. They have some 13,000 crore gods, something like that. I don't remember the exact number, but that's not important. And there are more than one primary guy out there. People give importance, almost equal importance, to more than one god. In fact, some Hindus give importance. Not all Hindus give the most importance to the same god. Like you have Shiv Bhakts, you have Ram Bhakts, and Durga Bhakts. The main thing about theism is, and something I have a little issue with, is it generally revolves around a religion, and theists are almost always born into a religion. Like, people don't generally choose a religion. They're born into a family which already has a religion, and they're indoctrinated into that religion at age way too young for the kid to understand anything, and then they grow up with it, they believe it, and stuff. You might have cases where people have accepted other religions or some religion in later life, but they are extremely rare. People don't switch religions, they either leave them. Generally, if people get out of religion, it's generally to leave religion as a whole, not to switch to another. Although those cases happen, they're kind of rare. Kind of going off topic now. Let's move on to agnosticism. Agnosticism is a lot more common than people realize, although the term itself is not popular. People don't know about it much, but once I tell you what it is, you will realize that you either relate to this or you have heard the situation a lot before but didn't know what to call it. Going by dictionary, an agnostic person is a person who believes that nothing is known or can be known of the existence or nature of God. Basically, a person who doesn't believe in the rigidly defined gods of the religions, but at the same time doesn't reject the possibility of existence of God as a whole. Comparing it to theism and atheists, unlike theists, agnostics don't believe that the defined gods we find in religions. Although unlike atheists, they don't reject the possibility of existence of God, because right now there's no means to either prove the existence of God, but there's not enough stuff to exactly disprove it. Although you kind of have to prove the existence of something before you need to prove that it doesn't exist, but that's different. We'll get to that later. And there are mainly three types of agnosticism, kind of three levels of agnosticism you can say in a whole. But before that, we'll notice that if an agnostic person doesn't generally introduce themselves as part of religion. So if you like to introduce yourself as Hindu or Christian or something, you're most probably not agnostic. You're just being a little polite, or you don't want to associate with the rigidity that comes with religions, but you're not rejecting the religion. That's not exactly agnosticism. Now coming to the three types of agnosticism. The one is there are strong agnosticism, weak agnosticism, and apathetic agnosticism. Strong agnosticism is basically a person who believes that there's no way you can prove or disprove the existence of gods, and at the same time he thinks others cannot prove or disprove the existence of specific gods as well. Now, on the other hand, a weak agnostic person would be someone who knows that knows that the existence of any gods or deities cannot be proved, but maybe someday when things evolve better, you might find a way to prove or disprove their existence. It's more like a softer version of it. Like, you know something's not possible, but you're not imposing it onto others. While now coming to the apathic agnosticism, which is an apathic agnostic person would be someone who doesn't think that you can prove or disprove the existence of any god or deity, any supernatural being, but he knows that you might think otherwise, and whether you believe it cannot be proved or disproved, it doesn't matter. Basically, a stoic form of agnosticism, if you call it. Now moving on to the last type, which is atheism. Now coming to atheism, the dictionary defines it, an atheist as a person who has the disbelief or lack of belief in the existence of God or gods. Basically, a person who doesn't believe in gods and religions. And I would be one of them. In fact, let me show you my t-shirt. It says in Science I Trust. It's basically a caricature of the popular term in God I Trust. Yeah, so moving on. The concept of atheism revolves around science and evidence, basically. It has humanity has existed for a long time, some thousands of years, and with all the religions, there haven't been a single proper evidence that points out any of the supernatural mythologies that is described in religion is possible or have happened, or evidence of any god of any religion. And hence the conclusion is there is no God, at least not the ones described in the religions. And that's the entire thing about atheism, the entire basic thing about atheism. Now there are some confusions people have regarding atheism. One popular confusion is confusing atheism with secularism. Secularism and atheism is not really the same, although they come from a similar perspective. Secularism is about separating religion from the law of the state. It's not disregarding or rejecting religion as a whole. So by default, all atheists are seculars because we reject religion as a whole. Hence, we don't want religion to do anything with the state, the law, the education system, etc. But one can be a secular even without being an atheist. You can be a religious person and yet be secular. So that's a confusion, and just clearing that out. People also associate atheism with communism because in his communist ideologies, Karl Marx basically rejected God and religion. But that's not what communism revolves around, and atheism did not come from communism. Atheism has existed long back, and communism came with Marx, so that's really different. Just Marx was an atheist, that's all, and he believed that people should be atheists. But I personally know a lot of communists who are not atheists, and vice versa. Like, I'm an atheist, but I'm not communist. I'm rather capitalist. Although there are some faults involved, but that's a different topic. Let's not move off topic. One popular thing that complaint that people have with atheists is that people think atheists are against religious people. We're really not against religious people. We do, like, if you believe in God, we don't have much issue with that. We do find you dumb, but that's your thing. That's not an issue. The problem comes when you try to impose that on others. And hence, although we may be against the religions, Hinduism, Christianity, Islam, but we're not exactly against Hindus, Christians, or Muslims. As long as you don't impose your religion on others, as long as you don't try to make convert others into your religion forcefully, or you think everyone must follow your religion, and that's where the problem comes. As long as you don't do that, be yourself. You don't care. Not really. The fun fact is, everyone is actually born an atheist if you consider. Like, religious people are born into a religion. They're not born Hindu or Christian. They're born an atheist. Then the family increase the bonding to indoctrinate you into their religion. At an age when you're too young to understand, hence you grow up with the ideology, thinking that you were born with it and stuff. In fact, I was born into a religious family. I was born into a Hindu family, and I slowly grew up, realized it's dumb, and rejected it, and now I'm an atheist. I turned atheist in class 5, but before that, I was kind of Hindu. I like calling me Hindu. I enjoyed the rituals and all, because I was young and naive, and then I grew up. This one misconception. Another misconception people have with the concept of atheism, that people think we believe the world came from nothing. Not really. In fact, it's the most of the religions that define the world coming from nothing. Like the general concept is some form of God created the universe from nothing. While on the other hand, we believe what science can prove. So far we are going with the Big Bang theory until something other disproves it with better evidence. And according to Big Bang theory, the universe didn't come from nothing. It came from a condensed singularity, like the entire mass universe has at the time. It had forever. Maybe it didn't. That will come later when science improves. But for now, the concept is universe came. Universe had all the mass it has before. It was at a state it is now. It just expanded. It was in a volumeless situation. It exploded with the Big Bang, and now we have the universe. So basically in this video we are going through the basics of this stuff, just an introduction kind of stuff. I most probably will make more videos in these topics later on. So if you want to catch up to them, do subscribe if you haven't already. I'm also pretty active on Instagram. I keep posting stuff there related to these topics and all. So you might consider me following me there, and the social media links are in the description below. And thank you for watching this. Hope to see you again. Matane.